retard, retard, retard.
Good evening. Hello everyone. Lee, wie geht's dir? Ja, gut, genau. Ja, mir geht's auch gut, danke. And a big hello to Vacaro, Mr. MPR, and SB. Hello to you guys. SB, welcome. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. So, we are here in Dublin right now. There is a new scenery out from Flight Tampa about Amsterdam. And so I guess that's why maybe they have a city link going on today between Dublin and Amsterdam. So here on VATSIM. And I decided to join that. So we'll have a look at the new scenery in Amsterdam. And as a pre-announcement tomorrow, I actually managed to get a booking for the Boston Tea Party event. So that's starting at 12 UTC. Well, I've got a slot at 1 or 1:04. I was very lucky to just catch that today. I just went onto the booking page and everything was booked apart from one slot. And I just grabbed that slot. I guess someone cancelled it. And I was lucky to catch it. So we're going to fly to Toliss 340-600 tomorrow. On that Boston Tea Party from London Heathrow to Boston, obviously. So nice kind of cross the pond event. But it's held in a little bit smaller kind of frame. So I think they had 60 slots altogether. But nonetheless, I missed the last cross the pond, so it's nice to be following along on this little one. Fly Low, hello to you. And Tim Pinator, Maximus, hello to you. And MCK, nice to see you. Good evening. Hello, are you always flying XP11 Max or are you still flying P3D? Now, I fly P3D rarely these days, I have to admit. I mean, the last time really that I flew P3D was not because of FS Labs, but more because of the PMDG 747. But yeah, I have to admit, P3D somehow has kind of put on some dust on my hard drive. And Malik, hello to you. Oh no, I hope the meeting isn't going to stay that boring. And Holger, hello to you. How you doing? Alrighty, I tell you what, let's get going. So I have, in fact, already put everything in regarding fuel and passengers, cargo, everything. So we are pretty much according to flight plan. So expected zero fuel weight 71.7. Flight time an hour 6 minutes. I should think, or I do think we get runway 06 in Amsterdam, but we're going to check the weather in a minute. So the fuel for Düsseldorf alternate, which is kind of silly, but I thought I put Rotterdam in there, but for some reason Düsseldorf just remained in there. 6.1 is block fuel, and that includes about 25 minutes holding fuel, because it is an event. Although I think more people will be departing out of Amsterdam and going to Dublin, and not this way around. So, right, let me just check. Now, Amsterdam probably isn't online yet, so no, they're not, as I expected. At the moment, they've got wind, well, pretty much calm. 120 at 1, it says. -3 degrees. Guys, it's been so freaking cold here. Yesterday morning, we had -9 degrees Celsius. Today, I think the warmest was -4. And what's the current temperature right now? -5 outside. Blimey, it is cold. Good thing I have a PC that heats my room here. Can you please shed some light on de-icing?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel
Hey!
experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the
Oh,
first
that's
class
nice.
cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
You have -20 in... My
Happy
God.
holidays to you and your family from New York. Stay well.
That's so kind. Cactus 683 coming in with 40 months. Big round of applause for that. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, and greetings to New York, and I wish you a happy holiday season as well. Hope everything's good. Isn't that snowy in New York as well right now? Let me just check. Oh, rain. 8 degrees. Oh, hang on. I saw news. Was that last week or something? Raining. Ah, so more to the north and west. Ah, I get it. I guess so. You have the same kind of climate at the moment that we have here in northern Germany. So it can be cold, and you know, we may get snow from time to time, but mostly very quick changes between cold and warm. And I think Monday we are expecting freezing rain. So I think it looks like a warm front coming through, and so temperatures around 9 degrees on Tuesday. Right, there was a question from Holger. He asked, can you please shed some light on de-icing? Today in Frankfurt it was clear, dry, and they did a lot of de-icing. Well, Holger, what was the temperature in Frankfurt? Was it like -2, -3 degrees? Yeah, -5 at the moment. There they go. So, take a guess. Take an educated guess why you could get icing on the airframe even though it's clear skies. So even though it seems like a dry air mass, if you look at this spread, -5 to -7, and I think this afternoon it was probably -1 to -3 or something, it's still pretty humid.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
But why would that
subscriber
humidity actually then
Could new subscribers
cause
please make
icing?
your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
So let me just put in the flight plan in here.
Happy holiday season, Captain. Here's to a strong 2022 finish.
Excellent, excellent. That's the spirit. Flight Sim Dad. Thank you so much for 27 months. Exactly that. Strong finish, and 23 is hopefully going to get much, much better. Thank you so much. Right. I know that Lee and MCK will know the answer to that. MCK wrote -10 yesterday morning. I don't think I've seen temperatures this low in the UK for a good couple of winters. Yeah, the same here, MCK. No, it's if anything, it was maybe for just 1 or 2 days, but that kind of was at 10 days now with minus temperatures. So definitely cold. Yeah. Right. So to be honest, Holger, I think the reason why aircraft had to be de-iced, either they had a prolonged period on the ground. So a long period on the ground regarding just frost accumulating on the airframe. But most often you'll find that cold fuel in the tanks. So kind of super cooled fuel that's what, -20 and -25 degrees. Yeah, exactly. So the cold soaked wings, that would then cause icing. Now, I was saying not too long ago, there was a discussion going on my Discord channel, and it's one of those instances where I have to admit that I actually I do learn something from time to time. And so to my knowledge, or at least, let's put it this way. For me, for my company procedures, if there is any frost on the top of the wings, then we have to de-ice, right? Zero frost policy on top of the wings. Should you get some smaller patches on the spoilers, that sometimes happens. Then maybe you can say if it's just a start of a little frost on the spoilers, maybe you could go and disregard that. But otherwise, for us, any frost on the wings, top of the wings, is a no-go. We have to de-ice. The bottom side, so if you are outside, let's just get into the outside view here. So outside, it's a different matter. It's a shame I don't have that little animation that you could walk around here. So, yeah, exactly, MCK. So, it's a different thing on the bottom side of the wing. So quite often when you do your outside check in wintertime or when it's cold outside or you have cold fuel in the tanks, you would typically see a lot of frost down here. So the frost on the bottom there means that the cold fuel has frozen, you know, the humid air. And up to 3 millimeters is fine. So we say that as long as you can read any labels through the frost, it's fine, right? But only on the bottom side of the wings. So somebody was saying, well, there's a video where a Ryanair aircraft, 737, took off with a big amount of frost or even ice. It looked to me like it was actually ice on the top of the wings. So definitely more than 3 millimeters of frost. And I was saying, well, they were lucky that they actually survived because, I mean, if they had an engine failure, the loss of lift on that top part of the wing, that would have definitely caused an issue. And then somebody was saying, well, no, they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to fly with frost on the top of the wings. As long as that's just contained to a certain area. And just like here with the black lines, they have a black kind of rectangle on the top here, where if there's just frost 3 millimeters in here, and that will be because of cold fuel touching the top of the wing. Hey, Brennelt. How are you doing? So the fuel touches the top of the wing here, causing the same issue of having frost. As long as it's contained in that predefined area, they are allowed to take off and they don't have to de-ice. And I was like, no way. You know, I've never heard about that. That can't be right. No, you misunderstood. And any pictures I've seen, it's all about below on the bottom of the wing. Well, I actually got contacted by real-world Ryanair pilots, and he actually said, no, they are saying exactly that. If it's contained on the top here in that defined area, 3 millimeters, they are allowed to depart without de-icing. So I said, well, how do you determine it's 3 millimeters and not 4 millimeters? Right? Are you actually going, on top of the wings somehow? And do you have a ruler or anything, to measure that? And he kind of chuckled and said, well, to be honest, I always de-ice if I have frost on top of the wings. So it's just an option that they have. And a lot of pilots actually still don't depart with frost on the top of the wings. But exactly that. It's difficult to determine, if it's 3 millimeters or is it 4 or 5 millimeters. Almost impossible. Hey, Hayden, how you doing? So, regarding the icing then. Right, so, what do you need as a type fluid for the icing? Well, it depends. There is, so the whole de-icing topic is actually quite complex. So you have type 1, type 2, and type 4 fluids being used on airliners. Type 1 is heated. Type 2 and 4 are not heated. The difference between these fluids is the amount of glycogen in them and the thickener that's also in them. Now, I've made a pretty extensive document at some point. Let me just find that. Where we talked about de-icing and that sort of stuff. What was it? Cold weather ops, wasn't it? Cold weather ops. Oh. Yes, there is Type 3. Exactly. So MCK, perfect. He knows his stuff. So exactly. So GA aircraft that have a limited that there are airborne by 90 knots indicated, they can use Type 3. But airliners obviously can't use that. So let's just go cold weather. Where's my cold weather ops document? Sorry, I just need to start Discord because I know it's on my Discord in the subscriber channel. While I'm searching for that document, guys, there has been absolutely chaos in Munich and Frankfurt over the past 2 days, or 3 days even. In Munich, I think they had freezing rain. So that was a nightmare to cope with, apparently. And in Frankfurt, again, yeah, frost, snow. So a lot of issues. Right, so let's see. Here's the document, and type 1, and so the item includes 1, 2, and 4. So there we go. That's the little picture I made. Type 3. Oh, really? They only had Type 3 in Coventry. Lol. Okay. So normally Type 1 obviously will be the cheapest one, since it has glycol and a water inhibitor and a wetting agent. That's what stands for WIW. So 80% glycol and 20% water plus inhibitors, and that's orange in color. All right. Type 2 has already a different percentage of glycol and water and inhibitors, and also 1% thickener. Ah, okay, that's what I mean. So no Type 3, Roger. Now, it has a high viscosity and is restricted to takeoff speeds higher than 95 knots. All right, so why is that? Well, you need to make sure that by the time you rotate and lift off, the fluid has pretty much completely gone from the top of the wings, or the complete aircraft, right? Because that's the principle. You accelerate on the runway, and as the airflow increases in speed, it blows off that protective cover of that fluid. And by the time you rotate, not all of it, there's still some residual fluid on the wings, but not in any kind of form that would cause issues with the lift. Type 3, if you're interested, so Type 3, pretty much the same kind of setup. However, it's medium viscosity and restricted to takeoff speeds. It says higher than 68, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's lower than 90. So it has kind of a very limited speed band where you can use that Type 3. Then you have Type 4, and Holger, if you saw green fluid, then that would have been a Type 4. And that means you have 50% glycol, 48% water and inhibitors, and 2% thickener. All right. It has the highest viscosity of those, and it's restricted to takeoff speeds higher than 95 knots as well. So with that, obviously, you have different procedures regarding 1-step and 2-step. So if there's no precipitation, so like today, frost, but nothing else, you would probably go with a Type 1 and single step just to get the frost deposits cleaned off the aircraft. And the Type 1, now be aware these tables here are somewhat old now, and we have new ones with different definitions. But you could see, for example, here, if the temperature is from 0 to -10 and it's just active frost, Type 1 will give you about 45 minutes holdover time. All right, so that's plenty of time. And there you do have some special brand fluids as well, and they actually give you an even higher holdover time. So this is just very basic fluid, and even that gives you some good holdover time. Now you can see, as soon as you have some snowfall or freezing fog or drizzle or something, those holdover times go down drastically. And you need to be aware that the moment that you start your anti-icing on the aircraft, that's when the timing for the holdover time starts. So if the whole procedure already takes 15 minutes, there's absolutely no way that with Type 1 you would get airborne, right? It's just not possible. So for that, you would use a different combination. So Type 1, for example, to clean the aircraft. And then once that's done, you apply an anti-icing coat. And that will depend on the amount of snowfall that you have, or the contamination that you have, how long you expect to be the taxi out time, etc., etc. And then you can choose what type you want to have for anti-icing. Not de-icing. I'm talking about anti-icing then. Yeah. So yeah, don't worry. It is a very complex topic, and something that has to be reviewed every time when the winter season starts. Oh yeah, Avenger, exactly. How you doing? Right. So let's go with windmill. Let's see, windmill 711. Oops. The cost index, let's just check. Cost index was 7. Let's try to get wind data. Alright, so we have, oops, previous phase, climb. Alright, let me just get the complete routing in. So 28, what? Oh no. Oh no, what's this? Why don't hang on, why don't I have departure to it left? What? Oh no, that's the issue again that I had last time. Yeah, Holger, yeah, do so. Yeah, it's on the subscriber channel, yeah. Pretty much the first document that I made. Put to it right, see what happens. No, that's... Actually, you know what? We are parked here, right? So there's the runway threshold. Yeah, so that maybe that's the thing. Maybe that is actually the... but then it's not giving us the right departure route, is it? Oops. Because it should be the NDEC 1 Quebec. But you're right. There was 2, 3, 4s in there. Departure. Maybe that's just a typo then. No, that's 1 Golf. Man, but that sucks. What is this? Wow. Yeah, then something's wrong with the database somewhere. But why does it do that? Let me just check something then. Let me just see if I can program it in differently. Right. It's kind of weird. It doesn't give you any chance to select anything else. Hey, Mike, Mick Bear, how you doing? Let me just check then what we have here. So I did expect this departure. Now let me see if I can actually get just the waypoints in here. So Delta Whiskey 108. Yes, it does have those. But the problem is for departure, I need a runway. That's the thing. What database? Let's have a look. (2212), and I just updated today, so right. I've never done a pilot runway. Now, if that works, that would be funny. Do we get a position here? Hang on. Let's see. Arnav. Could be interesting. So let's have a look. Arnav, approach. RMP 28 left. Let's see if we can get a runway coordinates somewhere. Hang on. Secondary flight plan. Copy active. Oh, hang on. Data. It's kind of strange it doesn't have that. Yeah, I don't have that installed, Brenold. I don't have it. But let me just see. I'm just going to program on the secondary. Let me just go secondary flight plan. And then I'll take this fix. Oh, thank you much, MCK. That's a big help. Thank you. So, north, 5-3. Probably different format. West 006. 15. Kind of confused about this. Arrival. Right. So let's see if that there works. So 5, 5, 3, 2, 5, point 3 north, and then 006. 1 up point. No, 16.2 west. Bingo! How cool is that? Hey, Kieran, how cool is that? You live and learn, don't you? Honestly, first time I've ever had to put in a runway as a pilot runway. How silly is that? Blimey. Right, just 2637. Elevation 202. And the course is 277. Store. Right, let's see if that actually works. To a left. Not allowed. Departure, arrival. To left, that's not there. I don't know if you can actually take that data. Pilots runways. Well, that's interesting. I have to admit, that is actually pretty interesting. Because now I am wondering how on earth you would put that in. It doesn't take it from there. It doesn't like just the identifier in there. That's not possible. Where's Bruno? We need him, yeah. That is so weird. So yeah, the thing is, I am somewhat wondering if that is just not completely modeled. No, so just checked. So departure, it's not there. Right, let's see what else we have. Departure. People talking about omnidirectional. I don't see it here. And the thing is that not every airport actually has omnidirectional departures available. Yeah, it could be that it's just simply not modeled. Yeah, the problem is, guys, I have the problem that even if I get a omnidirectional departure, assuming there is one, I can't put the runway in. So that's the thing. Everything then falls apart regarding the programming. So the MCU, I can't then get the performance data in, etc., etc., etc. So I'm just going to go and try to find any info whether other people have been having issues. To a left, missing departure. Yeah, so there's already a topic. There seems to be an issue with the star to it left. Yeah, we've seen that issue as well. Missing runway. Oh no! Okay, so Airbus fan, yeah. Hope everything goes without any issues. Yeah, get well better. Can somebody do me a big favor, guys? Can somebody, just out of curiosity, start up XP11 and load in the Toliss and see if they can load in that departure? I'm gonna delete the database. Because the only thing really that I can think of where it may be having an issue is the add-on mapping. Yeah, isn't it the case that Toliss has a different folder for that? I faintly remember something about the Toliss having a different nav data. Let me just see. That is the current one, is it? Yeah, 1st of December. Aircraft, Toliss. Hey, Eric Guitarist. I don't think it's I don't think really it's an issue with the scenery. It's it has to do with the aircraft. Now it seems to pull that from the normal folder, isn't it? Yeah, default, okay. So there's nav data, custom data. The only thing I can see that the custom data is a month old. Let me just copy that into there again. What do you think about XP11 weather generation? I am Jarhead. How are you doing? I am not that. Well, there was a new update, so I haven't tested the latest update yet in XP12. But prior, there's a couple things that really I find annoying with the weather. Sort of clouds, the flashing of the clouds, for example, and the cloud simulation itself. It's just not that good. No. And I have a feeling they really trying to force the release now. So apparently release candidate is getting ready. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And also performance for me. So I get good FPS, but a laggy and stuttery simulator when I'm on the ground or near the ground, which is annoying. Tom, hey, just got back from Rome, IRL. When I flew out on Monday, the flight crew had to do a far deck reset after ground unit start, during which the engine spooled up halfway while we were on the taxiway. How do you know? How do you know it was a far deck reset? Because that sounds to me, if they had a ground pressure, so ground air engine start, it means normally that you start one engine, you push back, set the parking brake, and then you have to spool up the running engine so that you have enough pressure, bleed pressure, to start the other engine. That's a normal procedure, but that has nothing to do with a FARDIC reset. And I honestly, I have to say, a FARDIC reset, at least at my company, would not be done by pilots. Because that is something that definitely should be done by maintenance and not the pilots. But hey, I mean, you know, different companies, different procedures. But I've not heard that. At least I had never had the option to do a FARDIC reset. Melting lava, we'll check in a sec. Oh, hang on. Let me just see. Mark answered. Yeah, so Mark, thank you so much for that. So the weird thing is, so Mark, Melintly, one of my mods, he tested his database there, and yeah, and he's got to it left. So maybe it's just, for me, a kind of a wrong update. So let me just try that now. And hopefully that's fixed now. There we go. Fixed it. Yeah, so that was just a faulty database. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, I checked the database in the sense that, yeah, it was, you know, 2212. I thought, well, okay, it's in. Right? I could not imagine that it's only partly in. I've never had that before. How strange sometimes flight sims are. So let me reconnect to Xpilot here. And let's just hope that we don't have the issue.
Cliff takeoff 28 left, Shamrock 608.
But I'm missing my departure route now. Right, I don't care. As long as I have a runway, I don't care. We'll calculate or put in the waypoints ourselves, then I don't care about that. But at least we have the runway now.
Ryder 3 Foxtrot Romeo, runway 28 left, line up and wait.
Runway 28 left, line up and wait, runway 3 Foxtrot Romeo.
Yeah, you think XP11 is not ready either? Yeah, it's... Well, we'll see. We'll see what the release candidate or then the release says. So, I am looking for the... What was it? It was the NDEC 1 Alpha. Try a 737. I'll tell you what we'll do though. Let's get the clearance, and then maybe we get Dexton departure or something, so something completely different. Let's try that. So we've got ground 21.8.
British side approved, release point Charlie, Caleb and Antio. Shamrock 60 Tango request.
Bravo, continue cross runway 16, hold of Hotel 1.
Blocked.
Oh, we got delivery as well. Wow.
Bravo, cross runway.
Disregard 2295. Full service now. 29.5. Where's my push to talk? Oh, it's in the settings here. Joystick, push to talk, Xpilot, push to talk. Delivery in Dublin. Good evening from Windmills 711. Information Charlie, request clearance, please. Oh, 2-2. Oh, God. Thank you. Yeah, I just realized that. Hey, Alex. Dublin delivery. Very good evening from Windmill 711. Information Charlie, request clearance.
Windmill 711, good evening. Clear to Amsterdam, NDEC 1 Alpha departure, runway 28 left. Initial time flight level 900, squawk 6616. Airborne frequency, Dublin control 132.575.
Windmill 711 is cleared to Amsterdam. The NDEC 1 Alpha departure, 28 left. Climb initially 900, squawk 6616. Frequency 132.575.
Windmill 711, read back correct.
Right, so 6616. So it is the NDEC departure, up level 900. Can put all that in. Hey Nico, good evening. How are you doing? Oh yes, in case people have been asking about the Christmas stream, so I'm planning to do it next Friday, guys. Next Friday. Early start around, I would say about 4 in the afternoon, or 1500 UTC. And then open end. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a look at the departure route and just program that in. So the NDEC 1 Alpha Delta Whiskey. Is that 1800? I'm just going to put that to clear that out. So Delta Whiskey 108. And I normally would not have to do that. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Blimey. Call it a day, yeah. I mean, like, seriously. What is going on with that? So there we go. All right. So how strange. So it does not know Delta Whiskey 108 here on this database. It had on the prior database, but on the prior database it didn't have the runway. It's like, how weird can things get? Oh my God. Guys, alright, sorry. I'm sorry for this, but...
Dublin delivery, ETA35.
It's the worst kind of flight sim memes at its best. Let me just download the file from the Navigraph website. I mean, it can't be that difficult, can it? Right, so downloads, charts, FMS data, manual downloads. So Toliss, there's no download for Toliss. Oh, there is. There is actually. So it gives me custom data. So nav data, procedure, airports, etc., etc. Right. So, isn't there something missing though? It's just nav data. Nav data. Airports. No, that's fine. Alright. Hey Voyager boy, wie geht's? So custom data, nav data. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. How strange. Voyager, I'm well. I'm just having another grey hair moment with XP11. It's literally bizarre, to put it this way. Absolutely bizarre. Flight crew has gone pumpkins. Nico, I'm trying. I have the database in Toliss, so it's giving me. Well, first it had runway 28 right, but not 28 left, for example, and then I updated the database again, and then we had 28 left as a runway, but it doesn't have the NDEC 1 Alpha departure in it, and it doesn't have the waypoint ATGO in it, for example, which. I'm absolutely puzzled by that. Why it would not have that in. Right, let me just try that again then. So, absolutely weird. So what I've done now is I've downloaded the Toliss file. Although there may be an issue. That said Toliss for X-Plane 10. You see, that's missing. What, did it now say 21? Yeah, okay, so that's the old one. That's definitely the old one. Okay, disregard then. Okay, right, we can get rid of that. So that's definitely not the right one. But previously we had 2212. People saw that as well. So we did have 2212. Hey Toto, how you doing? Yeah, so we definitely 2212 previously, but again, it was like so strange. I'm just installing the manual database now. The thing is, it's important for tomorrow as well, because tomorrow I'm flying the Toliss 340 across the pond, so I need to have that the database available. Custom data. Well, yeah, totally. Up to now, it has. I didn't have any issues with it. That's why I've been kind of not worrying too much. Because I checked the database in the FMS this afternoon. I said, all right, 2212, all correct. And I just loaded it into here in the stream, and then suddenly it didn't give me 28 left as a departure runway. It had 28 right, it had 34, it had 10 left, but not 28 left.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Hey,
For new
MAN.
subscribers,
How are
please
you doing?
make
Hang
your
on.
way to the first class cabin,
Let me just
where complimentary
finish that
drinks,
installation
snacks,
here.
and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
51 month, yay. Thanks for the best flight edutainment stream of the world. Time to renew my promise, you stream and I subscribe.
That's so cool. MAN, thank you so much for that. All right, let's try again. Thank you, MAN, for 51 months here on Twitch. That's really, really kind. Right, so let's start the simulator again. Come on. But to be honest, this is the first time I've ever come across this issue where it's, normally it's been like this. It's been either you have the database or you don't. Right? So either it's in or it's not in. And MAN, well, I have a database issue. So here in Toliss, in Dublin, I had initially only 28 right, 1634, and 10 left in. And then I reinstalled the database, and I had 28 left as a runway. But I didn't have the departure route that I'm supposed to fly. Right, 2212. Oops. So it says 2212 in it. Look, see what I mean? Now 28 left is missing again. What is happening? You've got to be kidding me. Hey, Jen Gordon. What is happening? Oh. Right. I tell you what we'll do. I am going to... Guys, Mark, can you do me a big favor? Can you have a look under which folder we have to put the data for the Toliss? Is it XP11 custom data or is it the nav data folder? Custom data. So that's where we have. Okay, Toto, thanks. All right. So I've deleted the complete database now in the X-Plane custom data folder. So that's empty now. I'm going to use the Navigraph download manager. So I select as X-Plane 11 50 plus and the mapping, I am going to choose the custom data folder. Then I am going to select X-Plane 11 and update the database. Well, sine wave, that's a very good argument. However, that's, I'm not sure if Navigraph would really not give you any departure routes. Custom data, cycle info. Yeah, it's there. So it says 1st December to 29th December. Yeah, so it has that there in the folder. I mean, yeah, I mean, sine wave, it's a good argument. In real life, if 28 left is actually closed right now, closed for several months. Just wondering if...
Good night, Black Box.
No worries, MCK. Thank you so much for joining. Right, if not, I'm going to ask the controller if he's had any issues lately with the departures. And then we may have to refile. You see, that's the thing. It's not there. To it left, it's just not there. We are Dublin, Toto. Dublin. Echo India Delta Whiskey. I'm just going to check one waypoint at go here. At go. So now that is in. It has that waypoint on that database. So there must be a different issue then, yeah. Well, the problem is I don't think I have the runway here in the scenery. You see, that's the kind of the schizophrenia that we're in. So right now, hey Bruno, how you doing? So we don't have the 28 right runway available in the scenery. Right, I think what we'll do, guys, and I think probably Mark will be a lot happier. Let's depart from East Midlands. Because again, happy days, yeah. Let's just do that then. Because for me, there's just no point in doing that. It's just silly. That I'm actually just completely astonished about that kind of that kind of database stuff. That is just, I don't know, speechless, to be honest. Airbus fan, do you have rudder pedals on axes regarding the brakes left and right? Because if you do, then you may have to inverse the axes.
Did that happen?
They're not. Yeah. Well, have a look if there's an axis that you have set. Because that may interfere. So let's have a look. Echo. Go for X-ray. XP11 will have a final about a week, so should be okay to grab it. It's okay, nice. Okay, yeah. Hopefully, performance-wise, so the stutter stream you have gone as well. Then, yeah, that would be nice. Right. I just need to download the scenery quickly. But wow, I'm actually seriously just bewildered by this this thing. How crazy. You think you've seen everything regarding flight sims, and then and then something happens where it just blows your mind. It's just, no, this can't be true. Hey Club Teak, how you doing? So if you're just joining, I've had the issue that I just wanted to do a flight from Dublin to Amsterdam, and I had everything installed. The database showed 2212, and then I tried to load in 28 left departure, and it didn't give me the runway. It had 28 right, but it didn't have 28 left in the database. Then I manually installed a file, and then we had 28 left in the box as well, but it wouldn't give us that departure route EGNX alpha, and it didn't even know the waypoint ATGO. So I deleted everything in the database, custom data folder. I reinstalled the database from Navigraph, and then again we had 28 right, but we didn't have 28 left. So absolutely, again, it's something I've never had before in, what, 6 or 7 years of flight simming. Are you right-handed? I assume you. Yeah, I am a right-handed, but there is no issue flying left-handed, you know, in real life. Yeah, so Toto, I'm actually really looking forward to XP12 if it's working correctly. So I can finally move everything over. Assuming, of course, that all the add-ons will then finally be be moving over. Mark, did you check? So you have that departure route to it left and EGNX alpha? Hey, Florian. Then I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I have. Then I honestly don't know. Like I said, just installed the database fresh again. Now, it would have been interesting. You know what? It would have been interesting to see. Let me just try something really quickly. Does the... Let's see. What aircraft. Does the 737? Let me just see. Just different aircraft, or what else do we have? I think it's the Aerosoft scenery, Mark. So it's got like 5 folders, and I think I actually downloaded today. Yeah, I downloaded Dublin today, so I have the latest scenery as well. So strange. Yeah, Domi, I tried it manually, automatically with the Navigraph data manager. I downloaded the file manually from the website. No joy. No, I want to show the latest Flight Tampa Amsterdam scenery. That's just been released for X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12. Toto, a quick question, Toto. Do you know if just trying to think if there's any biggest issues with the sceneries. So if I use Dublin scenery in X-Plane 12. Toto, the thing is this, why, I mean, even if the scenery isn't updated, so the thing is, so tooth 8 right is missing. I understand that. So in real life, you have tooth 8 right now open. But again, where's the battery? Ground services, connect. Oh god, that's broken as well. My god, this is so bad. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, the battery, I did turn on the battery. Or wasn't that the battery? Maybe that's just the exterior lighting. Dublin, so that's the... Let me try that again. Airbus style. No, I did... The battery switch, isn't that right there? Let me check again. From Sim Market, Toto. Oh, that was the... Yeah. There we go. LOL. Guys, I have that departure route in here. It's using the same database. What is this? I'm curious now, guys. I'm really curious now. Let me just go and get the 340 now. That is stupid. That is just absolutely stupid. The reasons for this are complicated. I hope so. I hope it's mega complicated because this is just absolutely nuts. Right, anyways. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe we can practice a little bit of 340 flying then. Yeah, but Tota, I mean, why would the Toliss load in the route, though? I mean, if it's just a database thing, isn't it? Why wouldn't it load that departure route? Just doesn't make sense to me. It's the same scenery, so it's the Dublin scenery, but in the 737, I can load the departure route, but not in the Toliss. It's using the same database. Right, so 340-600. There it is. And we'll use version 7.11. 28 left. And right now Amsterdam is variable 2 knots. What's the runway in use in Amsterdam right now? So they're using main landing 18 right. Oh god. GG. We're a big time winner today. 18 right. You gotta be joking. Now let's take out 4 tons extra. Deck 1 Alpha. Lamzo. And then we'll take passengers. How many passengers? 200? 300? Let's take 300 or something. 305. How many can we take maximum? Ooh. Yeah, let's take 307 then. All right, cool. We'll take that. Generate. Yes, please. Flight view. That. All right, so let's just give you a quick outside view of that beautiful aircraft that we're going to fly tomorrow as well. Let me fire the flight plan now, though. It's not quite that simple. The primary underway database is in the scenery. I suspect Zebo simply does cease the departure, sees it for into a right. No, no, okay. Okay. So we're departing at, what time is it? 19, we'll depart 19:30. Let's be optimistic. File. And then we'll go ahead. Download the flight plan into the right folder. But before we go any further, let's make sure that we can load the database. Maybe it's a Toliss thing, so who knows? Maybe if we celebrate too early. Oh no, here. And then maybe it is a Toliss thing. Oh, Kitman. Kitman, you're too nice. You really are. Right, insert. And then let's try that. So departure. No! Oh no! It is a Toliss thing.
Autopilot.
Ah!
Autopilot.
Kitman, that's really, really kind of you. Thank you so much for the 10 euros. Kitman, are you trying to fly along? Okay. Now, I wouldn't mind... I wouldn't mind flying the 319 or 321, but... So the question is, do we fly from East Midlands? Or do we fly the Zebo here? Hey, Chris. Well, the problem is, I've got at the hardware, everything's set up for the A321. So, oops. I tell you what we'll do. Oops. So let's try that. Start. Oh, HG, it could be worse. Took me 3 hours yesterday to fix GSX. Well, GSX is another topic for me, a hot topic, where I can get upset about. But right, so Echo Golf number X-Ray 321. We're going to Amsterdam. Rotterdam as the alternate, an A321 Neo. We'll take a little bit extra fuel, about a ton. Passengers 199. A little bit freight. Landing 18 right. Departing 27. Yeah, 27 it is. And then it's the Daventry Tree Yankee departure. Now, I know, before we do anything else, we will... We will check the database that we have that available for us. So Echo Golf November X-Ray going to Amsterdam. So insert departure 27. And we have that at least. Nice. So we have the departure route. Let's try the next thing. Let's try the arrival. So 18 right. And let's do the flight planning here. Latest. It's still going to leave me tomorrow with some stuff to do regarding the database. So I have to install everything and then check, because we're departing London tomorrow in the Toliss 340. So I need to make sure that everything's working there. Right, so we are supposed to then arrive via... let's go again, charts. There it is. So we're coming in via the Retfa 1 Alpha, it says. So we have that. And then via... Toto, but thanks so much for all the help. Much appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to... Oh, and Toto, I was on the last stream or the stream before that asked you if you want to do a shared flight soon. Maybe that's going to be a good thing with XP11 12. So we could do that there. So that's that. No, Toto, all fine. I'm always happy. If anything, if you get the feeling that you know, I'm upset that you're nagging, no, it's me. It's just me being upset about the issues I'm having in the flight sim sometimes. Has nothing to do with you. Yeah, but I would love to do a shared flight again. I really enjoy those. Hey, Poutine Flyer, how you doing? So let's do arrival. No, let's do the approach. So Isla has 18 right. Nice. So in XP11 12, it works great. That's really cool. Lovely. So it's supposed to come via... Is there anything... So let's do no via initially. Right, so that's fine. So here we have no issue whatsoever. So we can fly that. That's fine then. Okay, so that means... Totally fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. That's so cool. Very nice. So Rotterdam is now the alternate airport. Right, let's file the flight plan and then let's try to get online again. Pre-file. So here everything's working now at least, which is fantastic. Do apologize for the delay. So 1945 now for departure file. And let's get Xpilot running again. Poutine, I'm well. Thank you much for asking. Absolutely loving my holidays. Been seeing lots of friends. Seen my brother and his family in Switzerland, and last night we visited some more friends. So very cool indeed. Right, we've got ATIS here, and we've got East Midlands approach. Well, I got some control here as well. That's nice. So, yeah, definitely runway 27. So we're doing Rotterdam as the alternate. MAN, I'm not 100% sure yet. The reason being, we're doing a Christmas stream. We are, and we'll have some giveaway prizes, but it's not going to be in the format that we had the last couple of years. I am currently just thinking that with what's going on in the world, collecting money for the cause we've done over the last couple of years just doesn't seem right for some reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just something. We've got people out there at the moment that have so many issues and are suffering so badly that I'm thinking more like people should, if they have some leftover money to donate, to actually go forward and donate that to the good causes that you can donate to at the moment, the people that really need the help at the moment. If I do that on stream, it's going to be political, or at least some people may say it's political, and yeah. But what I do want to do, I do want to have a stream, in good spirits, and looking forward to Christmas, and we're going to have some good laughs, that sort of stuff, of course. Lots of interesting flights, some group flights, obviously. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, exactly. So Poutine Fly is, that's what I mean. It's inflation. There's so much stuff going on at the moment. Friday. So currently next Friday, so today in a week, that's when I intend to do the Christmas stream. So let's do 71.5. apply these settings. Block fuel was... We're supposed to have... yeah, don't worry. Like I said, it's difficult to make sure that everybody's on board. Yeah. Lilo asks, will I get the Embraer? Yeah, I mean, you know, we've got an expert in our community. So Yorda, he's an expert on the Embraer. So if he says, you know, it's flyable and not the worst kind of simulator, well, why not? Why shouldn't we get it? Right, so init A page is filled out. We've got the wind data coming in. So the livery, sorry, the livery I'm flying here is the our one engine out livery. So our virtual airline livery. Yeah, I know. Is it our cruise flight is just so short that we don't really have any wind data? Let me get the active sky file. Flight plan. Load. So temperature right now should be it says -1. So -1. That's in. That's all in. Flight plan is in. RatNav. So for departure. So we'll go with departure 3 November. Well, Chris, I mean, if I find one, sure, why not? We'll do some fun stuff. So Brennelt has already found a lovely airport with some nice surprises, very Christmas kind of style. So that's something to look forward to. Right, I'm going to put in the frequency 109.35. Excuse me. 0.35 in there. And then we're going to put Daventry, Delta Tango Yankee in there. That goes in there. Diffrips. Secondary copy active. So when do you switch from indicator airspeed to Mach number? It depends. So it's a combination of your climb speed, or if you're descending later on, descent speed. So I'll give you an example. So it's around 29,000 feet, you could say, on average, but it varies. So you know, as it is with aviation, nothing's easy. So in-flight performance. So I'll show you the table here real quickly. So I made a file, and here it is. So let's say you're planning to go Mach 0.79, and then in the climb you have a speed of 310. Then you have the changeover altitude at 27,500. But let's say you're climbing up a little bit slower, and corresponding to that, you have a cruise speed that's maybe just a little bit higher, so 0.78. So 300 knots for the climb. Then the changeover altitude is 28,500. So that's the thing. It just varies. But you don't have to know that yourself. So the FMS has that data, And depending on the cost index, it will vary then the changeover. How do you know when it changed over? Well, you have on the FCU, you will see the speed text going to Mach. Then you know that the mode has changed over. So in your case, whenever you pass altitude, when your indicator airspeed equals Mach 0.7, would you switch over and maintain constant Mach for the rest of the climb? Yes. Yes. That is the intention, yeah. So LS no star, no via. In case we have to return. All right, so departure says that we are going to climb according to the SID, and the highest is going to be 900. So just checking again if we have any control. Yeah, we've got approach here, so 34175. So let's give him a shout and get the clearance. But Chris, I mean, we're going to do many flights. So whenever we do a Christmas stream, we do many different flights. Not just one. East Midlands approach. Good evening from Windmill. That's Oscar Echo Oscar 711 Information Alpha. Requesting clearance to Amsterdam, please.
Oscar 771, good afternoon. Clearances to Amsterdam, Daventry 3 November departure, runway 27, squawk 3372.
Cleared to Amsterdam, the Daventry 3 November departure, runway 27 and squawk 3372, Windmill 711.
711, your readback is correct, we're all ready for taxi, runway 27.
And ready taxi, runway 27. Just confirm we already cleared to taxi 27 then when you're ready.
Correction, Widow 7718, taxi order with Alpha 1 runway 27, report ready.
Windmill 711, ready, cleared, taxi Alpha 1 holding point 27, I'll call you ready. Right, so Daventry 3 November is as cleared. He said squawk 3372. And that will go to above, so that's fine. Performance, last thing to do here is to enter the... Florian, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. What's the fuel? Fuel was 6, wasn't it? Fuel was 5.2, as a matter of fact, so that's a bit much for 5.2 on the fuel. Correct. So for the performance, we'll go config 2. I think quite often in the 320 Neo, I remember having config 2 there. And that's going to give me then full runway length. So down 0 on the trim. And the speeds 41, 41, 44. Transition 6000, and we're going to do here at East Midlands NADP 2, so 1310, 1310. And the acceleration is for the engine out 1900. And the flex temperature is 49. And there we have it. So we are departing. Runway 27, Daventry 3 November departure, and we're going to climb according to the SIT 90. And let's just do that. That QNH was 1018. Gotta wait until the INS. 5 minutes until the INS have aligned. Jeez. So initial climb 900. The sector is 2,500 feet, so that's not very high. And the extra fuel we have, according to our flight plan, is around about 25 minutes. Jesus, where we're not in Dublin, so unfortunately, I should really... Well, I can't change the title now because it would have to end the stream. But we tried to get from Dublin, but it just the database was just messed up for me. I couldn't get the departure routes or the runway in, so we had to switch over to East Midlands. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is Amsterdam, new scenery. So we're trying to showcase the Fly Tampa scenery. Right, taxi out is fairly straightforward. So we'll push back. And then we go Romeo Alpha. We've already been cleared Alpha 1 holding point 27. But report ready there. No hotspots. Stop margin is plenty. No problem there. I don't see any threats tonight. So that should be fine. Let's read the cockpit preparation checklist. So we have gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity 5,200 kilograms. Balanced. Seatbelts on. ADRs. Yeah, okay, stop checklist. It's got to wait until... So that was a question last time. Is this, well, why do you check the ADRs? Well, that's exactly the reason, right? Because now we can see, hey, you know what? Careful. The IRS aren't aligned yet. So it doesn't say NAF. Hence, we just stop the checklist here. Wait another 3 minutes until the checklist is then, or the NAF mode is active, and then we can complete the checklist. In the meantime, let me go ahead and pre-plan the pushback. So we're taxing out this way, then I'll tell you what we'll go. Yeah, that's fine.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Yes, I will do so. Look at the door page. Was that previous? All right, Kipman, once again, thank you so much for your awesome support. That's really kind. I hope you're doing well. And the same to Airbus fan. Get well soon. And let me know if you get that fixed with the brakes not releasing. Because normally that's I think what the issue is. Oh, we're not aligned yet, that's why. Hey, Pele, nice to see you. How you doing? Right, in case of engine failure, we just go straight out to 25 miles to hold. That's 268. 268 to 25 to hold. There we go. All right, we're almost aligned. Instant align. Oh yes, so Kipman, have you got everything installed? Any issues there? Yeah, so normally on a day like this, or evening like this, you know, if you have any frost on the wings, well, you would get a de-icing treatment normally with type 1 fluid. That gives you enough holdover time, at least 45 minutes. Normally, the newer fluids go up to 5 hours, depending on the outside temperature. But here it's like 0 degrees, so pretty much freezing. So I'm going to put the mode Charlie on here. And I'm almost aligned. It's just waiting for everything to come. There we go. And perfect. So continue checklist, ADR's nav, and the Bauer ref Kinich 1018 set. And then we take the before start
Round
checklist.
to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Parking brake set. Takeoff speeds thrust. We got V1 141, VR 141, V2 144, flex temp 49. The windows closed. And the beacon is on. That's the before start checklist. Completed. Okay, and you've got the Phoenix as well, Kipman? Oh, chocks.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. Are the right commands? Oh, okay. Yeah, the graphics are nice, no doubt.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Brakes released, ready for push.
Starting pushback and
Facing
you may
east.
start engines.
Thank you. Very kind of you. So we got dual cooling. So I'm going to press that button there. It doesn't say dual cooling, which is a shame, but normally it would be there. So now we have engine 2 start, and now both start valves will open. And so both N2s will rev up to about between 8 to 10%. And the cooling timers now do their countdown. And I did have a command. Ha! There we go. So what's dual cool? Under circumstances, blah, blah, blah. So this is done by selecting the dual cooling switch on the overhead panel to on, and then selecting one of the engine masters to on. This will open both start valves, allowing both engines to go through the cooling cycle at the same time. And that is to allow the shaft to straighten out. So dual cooling, what can happen sometimes, depending on your ground time, sometimes the cooling can be over a minute. So here's engine 1 start. So you can imagine that if you didn't have dual cooling, you would have to, I guess, count in about 4 to 5 minutes engine start, which is a long time. Yeah, so to be honest, aero guitarist, there's a lot of Neos out there that don't have dual cooling.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Roger. Yeah, so it's a company option. There's the howl of the the engines. Right, so we do the after start flows. Flaps 2. Trim at 0.
Tail is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Cheerio, old chap. Take care. See you soon. Full left, full right. Neutral and revert. Full left, full right. And the leaps don't have it apparently, yeah. Cool. After start checklist. Anti-ice, not required. Off. ECAM status. Checked. Pitch trim is 29% and runs from neutral. So we already been given the taxi clearance, so we'll do that. We'll taxi out. Brake check. Brakes are working. Are the sounds loud enough from the engines? I'll boost it up a bit more. Hold on. Is it a plane or is it a whale? Yeah, God knows. Alrighty. So now we've got 5-minute engine warm-up to take care of. Dublin Aviator, no, if you look at the video on demand, you'll see the whole drama evolve. In the end, it was the database error for Navigraph. So unfortunately, I just could not get...
771, wind 210 degrees, 9 knots, via Alpha 1, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 27 via Alpha 1, cleared for takeoff, windmill 711. Pretty sure it's called 711, right? That's what I filed. Just make sure I don't have a typo in the... No, it's 711. Oh, really? So he said he had the same issue with the leaps. Okay, interesting. So let's get the predictor wind shear system on. It's nighttime, so one of us has to use the weather radar. And so we'll do the taxi checklist. Flight controls are checked. Flap setting config 2. Put on some taxi lights really, and radar predictor wind shear system on at auto, engine mode selector normal, and ECAM mode takeoff no blue. That's the taxi checklist completed, so via Alpha 1, so that's not this one but at the end, and then we'll take the departure chart. Just make sure that we don't run off the taxiway. So as cleared. So it's going to be straight out until 1 mile India Echo Mike Echo left 223 heading to 6.5 from the ILS DME, which is on nav 1 here. Then turn left and cross 7 DMEs from the ILS. Airdrop of 3000, max 90, intercept Daventry inbound, and so on. Top is 90. Approach sector is clear. We already have the TCAS on, strobes are coming on, landing lights on. So, a lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 27, Alpha 1 full length, checked. TCAS, TARA, and the packs 1 and 2 remain on. So, off we go to Amsterdam, finally. Good God. Thank you so much for all of your patience. That is much appreciated. That's all there. Here comes the chrono. We are cleared for takeoff. Runway is confirmed. Headwind. Takeoff. Manflex 49, SAS, runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. $100 knots checked. B1, rotate. Careful with the rotation. It's in 321. Lift off. Then we pull. Pause rate. Gear up. Nah. So 1 mile. Then we'll turn left. Windmill 711 is airborne, passing 1,200, climbing 90, VATSIM.
Windmill 711, thank you. Contact London Control 127.1.
127.1, Windmill 711, thank you. Right, here comes the autopilot. 27.1. Thrust climb, out blue.
Future 0, just 70 knots, FedEx 355.
That is loud. Flaps 1.
First 7 X-ray, London Control, maintain flight level 70. The 45 Hotel, descend flight level 160.
Flight level 160,
First 22 Foxtrot, climb flight level 290.
Level 290, you're based on Foxtrot.
Roger 8452, descend flight level 160 to be level by Sabre.
Descend to flight level 160 to be leveled at Sabre, Cockjet 8452.
November Charlie,
Flaps
contact
0,
status
speed
at
checked.
radar
Flaps 0.
120.625, bye.
120.65, go, November Charlie, great.
Jet 80 Lima, turn left heading 090 degrees, descend flight level 170.
090 degrees, 170, Roger 80 Lima.
London, good evening. Windmill 711 just departed East Midlands, passing 3,400 on the Daventry, 3 November.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin,
now flight level
where
130,
complimentary
Windmill
drinks,
711.
snacks and
Right,
premium
climb,
flight
outlook.
entertainment will be
13000.
served. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Mighty Morph. Hello, welcome as a new member. Thank you so much for your support.
Fraction 2 Sierra Lima, flight level 190, speed 290.
Thank you so much.
Control the Roger, it's a Finma 1 Lima.
Finma 1 Lima for Status, 2 Sierra Lima.
And 1 Echo Bravo descend.
How's the ATC sound, guys? Is it too loud or
1 Echo Bravo.
is it okay?
17, continue in the com now, 122.8, bye.
122.8, for the cargo 17, see ya.
Good.
541,
Thank you.
Papa climb flight level 340.
Flight level 340 for easy 541 Papa.
Boxy Buffalo.
Foxtrot descend flight level 120.
You said how does your game look so good? What add-ons do you have? Well,
45 Hotel descend flight level 100.
at the moment I'm still using XP11 here. Standard is
35 Whiskey when ready
set
descend flight
cross-checked.
level 250 on conversion
So,
speed 280 knots.
actually to be honest, I'm not using any special add-ons in XP11. So this is pretty much vanilla. I don't use reshade, nothing like that.
Conversion speed to 80 knots.
If there's anything good out of the issues we have had in Dublin, is that I am now going to make sure that for tomorrow's flight from London to Boston, for the Boston Tea Party, is that I make sure that I have the database and I have the departures and arrivals.
Delta Bob Charlie, hello, 5180 now.
Hello.
Jet 80 Lima descent flight level 150.
Do you prefer XP11 or XP12 or Microsoft? Well, it depends. It depends on the add-ons. Yeah, that was loud. So I do like
I'm 100 go Foxtrot.
you know, a lot of stuff in Microsoft Flight Sim, but there's also lots of stuff.
Charlie, flight level 180.
Sweeping now, flight level 70.
Just gonna dial that down a bit. So I do like some good aircraft, especially long range aircraft here in X-Plane. So once X-Plane 12 becomes more stable for me regarding FPS, I will definitely go back, just switch everything to X-Plane 12 at some point.
25 Charlie London Control, Roger. PS22 Foxtrot contact.
Right, very important now, RATNAV, make sure that we clear out everything here.
131.1, you can do the Fox, by
So 2,000 feet to go, that's checked. Fix info clear.
Foxtrot contact standstill radar 120.625.
There we go. Return
120.65,
secondary copy.
45 Hotel Unicom now 122.8.
Right, so Phoenix won't let me put a runway in it. It just says wind upwind.
29 Romeo Alpha, I haven't forgotten about you. D7 flight level 80 is vectors.
Yeah, just clear out. Yeah, exactly. Clear out the.
Descending flight level 80
splash pad.
for approach 25, easy 29 Romeo Alpha.
0711, fly heading 110 degrees, climb flight level 180.
Heading 110 degrees, climb level 180, windmill 711. Right, so.
Charlie, London Control.
Up good, up and climb, out blue, and heading.
2 Papa Charlie, London Control, Roger.
Charlie, we have flight level 180 currently.
Brave FedEx 355, descent flight level 170.
170, FedEx 355.
Jet 8452, descent flight level 100, speed 250 knots or greater. Jet 8452, descent flight level 100,
When I click
250
set,
knots or
takes me to the
greater.
flight plan page, but it just sits there. Well, you can't insert. Doesn't give you an insert, an orange or amber insert button.
250 knots, Roger, 87 Lima.
Tree Delta Hotel, contact London Control 133.7 by
133.7 London Control, 3 Delta Hotel, bye bye.
85 Whiskey, descent flight level 180.
Send 180,
07 X-ray, climb flight level 900.
Flight level 900, selected.
Jet 87 Lima, resume navigation, direct Barkway, descend flight level 110.
So, that's Luton, isn't it? Heathrow.
31 Echo Lima, report your passing altitude.
Just about past 5,000 each, Echo Lima.
Echo Lima, thank you, mate. Climb now to altitude 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet easy, Echo Lima.
Ocean 27 Lima, descend flight level 150.
That's 150, 20 Lima.
Yeah, air guitarist.
29 Romeo Alpha, flight
It's just the way it is. So the Airbus, FMS,
Heading
or the
180,
MCU,
29 Romeo Alpha.
it's just different.
168 descend flight level
And it's different to the Boeing ones, and so you just have to get used to that.
Looking for lower.
That's just the way it is,
Flight
unfortunately.
level 140.
Turn break with Air 1 Echo Bravo Unicom now 122.8 bye.
To confirm for with 1 Echo Bravo.
Com 122.8. The 2 Papa Charlie, descend flight level 160.
Descent flight level 160, speed up to about Charlie. London,
Bring on coast 170
please.
1701 is looking for lower.
701 descend flight level 360.
360.
So there we go, 180, level off outside.
Ready for departure.
576 Romeo via Alpha 1, battery gas required, runway 25 clear takeoff for 7 wind 230 degrees 5 knots.
Got 2585, sir.
Jet 80 Lima, report your speed to Stansted 120.
Does anyone know, does anybody use the 340 in a Toliss? Does it have any CPDLC function now that you can use?
Echo 7 X-ray, climb flight level 140.
Or was it also just placeholders in the...
F31 Whiskey Romeo, climb flight level 100.
It does, okay.
F31 Whiskey Romeo, climb flight level 100.
But no pre-DC, okay.
355 descend flight level 140.
140 FedEx 355.
Stansted,
Ryanair 31 Whiskey Juliet with you. Was that Whiskey Romeo for us?
Could you say for them climb flight level 100?
Wow, they are busy.
Climbing flight level 100, Ryanair 31 Whiskey Juliet.
31 Echo Lima, climb flight level 90.
Flight level 90, easy 31 Echo Lima.
Lufthansa 468 descend flight level 110.
Sending flight level 110 Lufthansa 468.
It's 355 Unicom now 122.8.
So the landing still won it right, Amsterdam.
FedEx 355.
Easy 541 Papa, contact London Control 128.125. Bye bye.
128.125 for easy 541 Papa. Take care, bye bye.
541 Papa, correction 135.575.
They're working on it. Okay. Hey, Flight Cruiser. So 321 not yet. It's coming next update. Well, to be honest, for tomorrow, if I get that into 340 tomorrow, I'm happy.
29 Romeo Alpha, descent altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1019er.
Descend 6,01019 easy 29 Romeo Alpha.
47 Quebec Hotel London Control, hello, Todd for
I'm just going to give him a nudge in a minute regarding further climb.
Descend flight level 220 easy 47 Quebec Hotel.
20 Lima, descend flight
Alex, I have, but that was a long time ago.
2020 Lima.
Bounce 550 Mike E1 frequency.
Alpha flight 37 Mike, go ahead.
Bounce 557 Mike Roger, break, windmill 711, apologies, climb flight level 230.
No worries, climbing 230, windmill 711.
Jet 8452 Unicom now.
So we got thrust climb up, climb out blue. I highly doubt that we're going to get that much higher.
Stand flight level 80, maybe reduce to 50 Lufthansa
So 330 was filed. Yeah, maybe. So 60 miles, maybe it's fine. Yeah. Hey Yoda! Yoda! We're flying to Amsterdam.
Sorry, was that for you episode next week?
Climb flight level 250.
250, we got to next time.
112, 5489, flight level 400.
2489 along the control, roger.
Descending 5,000, easy 29 Romeo Alpha.
25 Charlie, speed 250 knots.
So Yoda, what do you think about the Embraer?
2 Papa Charlie, descend flight level 120.
Descent flight level 120, speed at 2 Papa Charlie.
29 Romeo Alpha, turn left, heading 090 degrees.
Left 090, 29 Romeo Alpha.
885 Whiskey, speed 250 knots. 931 Whiskey Juliet, climb flight level 160.
I'm not sure what to make of the emotes.
Ryanair 31 Whiskey Juliet.
27 Lima, descend flight level 90.
Oh, talk about emotes, guys. We have...
0711, resume navigation, direct red for climb flight level 330.
Of course, the red fur climb level 330, windmill 711.
Coast 170.
We have new emotes available now, and they're actually animated. So here we go, NAF, and here we go.
1701, descend flight level
Climb up blue 330.
250, starting 721.
So we have nice 5 animated emotes now. So the caution chart. So if I have you know, charts up for too long, you can spam the caution chart. Then we've got master caution, master warning, and then thumbs up and BB love, of course. And a big shout out to Senshai, who's made those amazing
3000, 29 Romeo Alpha.
amazing emotes.
Unicom now 122.8, bye-bye.
Hard to tell, but he's pretty sure he can break it.
310 Lima, climb flight level 150.
Because I've been asked if I'm
150,
gonna get it, and I said, well, I don't see why not.
122.8, Lufthansa 468.
It looks fairly decent.
7 Mike Alpha London, Ridis 1 Alpha, descend flight level 220.
Descend down to 220, right, 7 Mike Alpha.
E31 Echo Lima, Unicom now 122.
Yeah, it's a shame we can only do 5 animated emotes.
5,000 fuel, we do run it.
Q7 Romeo, thank you, climb now, flight level 110.
110, we see 567.
E29 Romeo Alpha, turn right.
Let's go, VATSIM map.
10 degrees when established localized runway 25, descent glide path.
Right, 210 and clear for the ILS. 25, descend with the glide. Easy 29 Romeo Alpha.
85 Whiskey, descend flight level 90.
So it's going to be pretty parabolic
Level 90, easy.
for our climb descent. Wow. I'm just seeing the VATSIM map from Amsterdam to Dublin, and it's literally almost a complete line of aircraft from Amsterdam to Dublin. The other way around isn't that bad.
240.
But Amsterdam is busy. Blimey.
40.
Roger, 240 for now, requesting file 340 for cruise, please.
With 85 Whiskey, continue Unicom 12.8 by.
One question happened during my OPC.
Control, good evening, INS7
approach
Tango,
with
inbound
failure.
impulse, climate 360.
78 Yankee Tango, London Control, Roger.
London Control, hello, Trump 25 with you, flight 320 Mount Talbot.
Not too
Yeah.
right, London Control, hello.
So, I mean, you know, CISO, I can't say, I can't speak for your airline's SOPs, obviously, but I can show you this.
London Control, good evening, INS 6 Alpha Foxtrot, repeat, photo.
6 Alpha Foxtrot, London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 150.
Climb now, 150, INS 6 Alpha Foxtrot.
Unicom,
122.8 for run 31 Whiskey Juliet.
Blocked.
Over 2 from Charlie, flight level 90.
Flight level 90, speed bus to Port Charlie.
180, fly heading 015.
A gift from me to you.
Aw.
Enjoy the
MAN.
gifted sub.
Heading 015, shuttle 182.
MAN, thank you so much. Coming in with 5 gifted subs. A total of 124 gifted subs on the channel. MAN, Dankeschön. And so Florian, Kabel, Airbus fan, Piper and Mitch, please say a huge thank you to MAN for those gifted subs.
Contact status radio 120.625.
Right, so on the website, blackbox711.com, under documents, there you have approach, and you see the. Now for us, it says minimum equipment to start an RP approach is 2 nav displays. So yeah, if it fails on the pilot flying side, theoretically, since you already started the approach, you could hand over control, switch those. So the thing is, so your question was, if you're below 1,000 feet, would you go around? Well, the problem is, if it's not mandatory, and you go around, and the airport only has RMP approaches, then you can't start the second approach, because that failed nav display. So if it's a stable flight path, and you think, you know, your pilot, or the pilot flying change is safe, and, you know, the aircraft continues stably, I don't see a reason to go around. It's not a LVO approach, so it's not Cat 3 or Cat 2 approach. So I would say yes. If your SOPs allow that, then I would continue.
797 Golf on the control, Logan 2 hotel arrival.
Logan 2 hotel for 797 Golf.
France 550, Mike, contact London Control 135.575, Mike.
135 decimal 575.5 kilometers. Bye-bye. Good evening, it's Ryanair 6 Delta, climbing flight level 250.
Once again, MAN, vielen Dank.
6 Zulu Delta, London Control, Roger, climb flight level 300.
And flight level 300, Ryanair 6 Delta.
London Ryanair
6 Romeo, climb flight level 210.
Yeah, so see, so the only thing for us is that to start the approach,
576 Romeo, climb flight level
you need 2 nav displays. So that's a problem. If you're already in the approach, you could transfer the controls or switch over the nav displays. But yeah, that's the thing, right? But whatever you do, don't force it. Right? If things get unstable, if you don't feel as if you can, can continue on a stable path, or if you feel the monitoring isn't working as it should, well, I mean, it's safe to go around, yeah.
Live on additional contact. On additional contact. You have information, Delta.
What? What?
7 Mike Alpha, descend flight level 80.
Live on additional contact. You have information, Delta.
Hotel, descend flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, easy for some Quebec Hotel.
576 Romeo, turn left heading 330 degrees.
Left 330 degrees,
52807,
So we've got to descend fairly soon again.
Descend flight level 200, Alpha in 2007.
24890, contact London Control 12.
So let's get the charts up and running. Get rid of that. And so the arrival is the Redfer 1 Alpha.
2 stations, easy 353 under control, Finma 1 Lima arrival.
There it is, an Arnav arrival. So it takes us from Redfer. Oh, what? 230 below? Are you kidding me? Oh well. Right, let's cheat a bit. And then we could already start request our descent.
Station calling from Coventry. If you can remain outside of control airspace, please call me whenever.
Yeah, you like that emote? It looks nice, doesn't it? Right, up star.
9122 London Control, Roger, brake shuttle 180, turn left heading 330 degrees, climb flight level 320.
Climb level 320, heading 330 degrees, confirm able 340.
Get that from the next control.
There he is, Senchai. Big round of applause.
Climb flight level 320. 0711, when ready to descend flight level 3, Crescent 230.
And ready to descend over 230. Descending now, wind was 711. Right, thrust idle, up descent.
7 descend flight level 170.
Call the 67, descending flight level 170.
There's 6.
We gotta hurry up.
Fly heading 265.
Fly heading 265, Ryanair 6 Delta.
797 Golf, when ready to descend flight level 310.
When ready, descend flight level
Yes, equipment, it can happen that
Golf.
the routing is just not long enough. So yeah, obviously I did force that a bit.
Have a lovely evening, Alpha.
I could have, if he wasn't so busy on the frequency, I would have requested something like 290 final or something.
642 London Control, the Logan 2 hotel arrival.
So now we've got to expedite our descent.
Logan 2 hotel arrival.
Because we need to be 230 at Redfer.
248 descend flight level 150.
That's flight level 150, Shamrock 248.
So I'm just going to get the ATIS from Amsterdam.
7 Mike Alpha descend.
So Amsterdam says
Roger that. Lima, continue with Unicom now. 122.8. Bye-bye.
Right, let's get some speed brakes out. Information.
Ryanair 6 Delta, do you have any waypoint for a direct for us?
Want it right, still.
6 Delta, stand by on that.
QNH 1019.
Stand by Ryanair 6 Delta.
Echo Mike Alpha 1, currently at FO 210.
Mike Alpha 1 under control, though.
And temperature is minus.
Climb flight level 230. Echo Mike Alpha 1.
We're just about to make that -2. It's getting warmer.
78 Yankee Tango, route direct Leicester.
And the wind is variable 2 knots.
78 Yankee Tango, route direct Leicester.
Alright, so speed brakes in. Let's level off here.
To the left side, 78 Yankee Tango short delay.
0711, contact Amsterdam radar 125.750. Bye-bye.
125750. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Windmill 711.
797 Golf descent, flight level 250.
Amsterdam, good evening. Windmill 711. Red Far 240 descending 230.
Windmill 711, hello, clear to Red Far 1 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right. Descent flight level 70.
Red Far 1 Alpha arrival, descent level 70, expecting 18 right for landing. Windmill 711. I love it. It's so cool. Right, speed brakes out. It's just a tad high still. And the next restriction is Shugal. Sierra Papa Lima. Yeah, I love the accent as well. So Shugal at 250 knots between 100 and 70.
Skylink 83 turn.
Yeah, we're slowly coming into the path.
Show back if able.
Left, diving Sopel, Skylink.
There we go, so good. Thrust idle descent, out blue.
Direct Shugal.
Direct Shugal, thank you. Windmill 711. Perfect, love it.
Goedenavond, Transavia 52 Yankee, Mac point 76.
Yes, exactly, Nick. I have the new flight Tampa scenery.
Transavia 52 Yankee, hello, Lamso 2 Alpha arrival, runway
Shugal.
18 right, on conversion speed 280.
So afterwards, that's the thing, right? We don't have a transition clearance yet.
Skylink 83, contact
So
London,
from Shugal, we need radar vectors or a transition or something.
Amsterdam Center, ED280 Whiskey with you at flight level 100, climbing flight
So that's our
level
clearance limit.
Hello, is C2 Juliet Whiskey, climb flight level 240 and proceed direct to Amgot.
Climb to flight level 240 and direct
Now,
Amgut for
you could argue you have a night transition, so
Transavia 52 Yankee, descent flight level 180.
theoretically we could do that, but we need a clearance for that.
Very good evening, Ryanair 6 Delta Foxtrot with you, passenger flight level 300 for 330.
Ryanair 6 Delta Foxtrot Amsterdam, hello, identified.
So there we go. It says night transition.
Good evening, contract 6.5 heavy, descending to flight level 258.
Contract 6 Golf, hello, Lamso 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right.
So 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right for contract 6 Golf.
Yeah, but we didn't get.
Good evening, Callum.
We haven't got the clearance for that yet, so he's got to say something.
Hello, Callum 25 Romeo, climb flight level 240.
Reply level 240, Callum 25 Romeo.
Yeah, is it 10 p.m? So it's too early at the moment, right? It's only 8:23. So as a reminder,
November, proceed direct, show back.
I'm going to take out the next waypoint, so I can see that we have a discontinuity. So as we approach Schugal, I'm going to ask for a further clearance.
Mail 711 for the moment, maintain speed 280 knots or greater.
280 or greater, windmill 711. That's fine for us.
KLM 35 November,
So
contact
we'll go
London,
with
125.
TCAS below here.
125, KLM 35 November.
We're good on the path. So, we know that 18 right means
identified.
a long taxi-in.
Contact 6 naar Golf, descent level 180.
So we land 18 right.
180, contract 6 naar Golf.
We'll take either Victor 1 or Victor 2.
Transavia 50 Yankee, descent level 100.
Then it's Victor.
Descending level 105.
And then we'll cross via Whiskey 5. Then it's via Delta Bravo. And then across the bridge. If we're parking down here somewhere.
Transavia 50 Yankee, reduce speed 260.
Staying 260.
So we have a chart that defines a clear taxi routing as well, so there's no second guessing. So let's go.
Amsterdam radar KLM 216 110.
Let's do parkings down.
KLM 216, hello, climb flight level 240.
So here on these charts you have the direction of taxi. So we come down, we continue on Bravo,
Whiskey direct to Golek.
and then we'll see where we park.
Direct to Golek. And for easy to Kilo Whiskey.
KLM 25 Romeo, direct Amgot.
Direct Amgot, KLM 25 Romeo.
Right, so
Transavia 50 Yankee for sequence, fly heading 140 degrees.
so during that approach, 22:30 till 6:30 local time. So 21:30 UTC.
Confirm direct Amgot for KLM 25 Romeo.
Affirm, Alpha, Mike, Golf, Oscar, Delta.
A25 Romeo, direct Amgot.
So just to get ready, in case he suddenly says,
Good evening, Runner 8 X-ray Romeo, passing level 94, climb 130. Hello, Runner 8 X-ray Romeo, climb flight level 240. Flight level 240, Runner 8 X-ray Romeo.
isn't that, hang on, isn't that also a YouTuber flying Ryanair? Yeah, sure, that's the 737, yeah, 73 driver, it is, isn't it? He has that very distinct kind of German accent. Yeah, well, exactly, yeah. But he does great videos, don't get me wrong. He does some great videos. Right, we've got 110 right turns in case of holding there. Auto brake, you know what? It's going to be a long taxi down. So I'll leave non-standard. Non-standard auto brake off. Yeah.
Transavia 50 Yankee, speed 250 knots, descend level 70. Speed 250, 770, Transavia 50 Yankee.
Oh, he's also live streaming. There we go.
EC 28 Juliet Whiskey, contact London Control 128, decimal 125.
So we know that he doesn't have the issue that I have
125
in his 737.
Amsterdam Center KLM 216 requesting to step away to use the bathroom.
KLM
Nope.
216 approved.
No, denied. I would deny that.
Amsterdam control speed by 321, flight level 250, Mark 7, decimal 79.
Transavia 50 Yankee, resume on navigation, Schugal,
Right, 10 miles
thereafter
to go.
Sierra Papa Lima.
So let's go and get ready for a reclearance.
Windmill 711 after Schugal, direct Sierra Papa Lima, speed 250.
After Zugol to Sierra Papa Lima, speed 250, windmill 711. Thank you. There we go. That answers the question.
6 Golf, descent flight level 70.
To Schiphol.
Level 70, 6 Golf.
Quebec 331, hello, Lamso 2 Alpha, runway 18 right, descent level 180.
There we go. Direct to the field.
Lamso 2 Alpha, transit level 180.
Lights on, signs on, briefing.
38 Alpha, contact London 127 decimal 1.
So we'll do a config 3 approach actually.
Over London 127 decimal 1.
Config 3 approach, we'll put that to
Canada
config
25 Romeo, contact
3 up
London
here.
128 decimal
And
125.
the minimums.
KLM 25 Bravo contacts London on 128 125.
Contact 600 Golf, direct Sugol, share and
So
speed
190.
250 knots.
Sugol and speed 250 knots.
Barrow.
Contract 600 Golf.
Ratnav, let's put in Sierra Papa Lima. Schiphol.
Ebert 331, direct Sugol.
And spike aboard. Oh,
Direct Sugol, speed right for
come on, give me the Y. There you go.
Windmill 711, contact approach 121 decimal 2, bye bye.
1212, thank you, bye bye. Windmill 711. Schiphol approach, good evening, Windmill 711. We are over at Schiphol 93, descending 70. Information is, well, currently not copied.
Windmill 711, hello, information is Foxtrot, descent flight level 45, vectors ILS 18 right.
Okay, we'll check Foxtrot descent 45, 18 right, radar vectors later on, Windmill 711, thank you.
5299, contact Amsterdam 125 decimal 750.
At least I was honest. Config 3, which means landing flap 3 settings. So you have 2 landing flap settings possible in the Airbus series. So config 3
information Foxtrot correct,
or config 4.
Descent flight level 45.
And so under performance, you can choose config 3 or config 4. Now, whenever you choose config 3, so that the checklist responds correctly later on, you have to select landing flap 3 on the overhead panel there. Is the Phoenix better? Oh, is Toliss better than Phoenix? Not really, no. But it's a good add-on. So enjoyable add-on. But it's not as sophisticated as the Phoenix. Alright, so we are going to be flying the radar vector approach 18 right. And the sector is fairly low, 1700. It's just for the missed approach, 2300. And
fly heading 080.
Heading 080, windmill 711. Right, heading, vertical speed.
Schiphol departure, scaling 5,000 feet.
Runway is 18 right, ILS approach, minimum Sparrow 190 feet. And the go around takes us straight ahead. Max 220 as soon as possible, but not below 500 feet to Alpha Mike 624. Mandatory 2000. Do not overshoot radio 240. And so cross Alpha Mike 624 at 2000. And then afterwards track 300.
Coming 130, Giant 9896 Alpha.
That is bright. Blimey.
Schiphol departure, traction 41 kilo.
Extra fuel right now we have in the tanks 3.2. And the Minda version fuel.
Identified, climb flight level 130.
Level 130,
Minda version. Oh. Minda version fuel is about 2 tons. So currently, I would say we have at least 1 ton of extra fuel available.
711, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, windmill 711.
6 Echo Mike, speed 220 knots.
We're gonna fly this raw data, so I'll switch off the flight director. We have very good weather today. That's why we do the raw data approach for practice. Auto brake is off.
125,
It's a config 3 approach. Exit Victor 1 or Victor 2. Left off. Hotspots. Not really. Actually, we do have one crossing runway disregard. We're crossing 18 center. That's what we're going to have to look out for. So there's one hotspot. Everything's standard though, so... threats, a lot of traffic. It's dark. Right, so let's go direct. Alpha Mike 62. Descend 3000, Kitch 1020, windmill 711. Right, so set. Kinich.
Would you like runway 18 right or runway 22?
I'm going to cheat a little bit. What's that for us?
Track 6 Golf, runway 22, please.
Contact 6 Golf in that case, vectors ILS runway 22.
So it's going to be 002.
Foxtrot, flying 090.
090 vectors for the ILS 22, contract 6 Golf, thank you.
So that's the extended center line now. ILS keys going on. Good. Kinich cross check, passing 5,400 now. Checked, approach checklist. Power ref, Kinich 1020.
Climb to 6,000, perform back to Seattle, that's on the push.
Seatbelts on. Minimum baro 190 feet. Auto brake off. Engine mode selector normal. Approach checklist complete.
711, contact arrival 126.675.
26675, thank you. Windmill 711. Busy. Schiphol arrival, good evening. Windmill 711.
Windmill 711, descend 2,000 feet.
Descend 2,000, Windmill 711. Alright, 2,000 it is. 2,000 we have to be at our descent point. So we have about 6 miles, 7 miles, probably 8 miles with the base turn there. I'm going to go flaps 1 here, speed check, flaps 1. 220 was instructed, so we maintain that.
711, speed 180 now.
Speed 180, windmill 711. Right, disregard that, so windmill, not windmill, we're going to reduce the speed. So we'll use thrust idle up descend out blue. 2,000. We're still pretty heavy still, 74.5 tons almost. So you see the S speed, where we have to put out one set of flaps, is just about 5-6 knots below the VFE speed. Flaps 2, speed is checked. Flaps 2. And the ILS, Victor Papa Bravo is heading 150, cleared the ILS 1 at right, windmill 711. Alrighty, so 150 cleared for the ILS, approach. So glide slope blue, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. And we have 9 miles. Glide slope is coming in. So I don't think we need speed brakes. Oh, we got a bit tailwind. Nah. Alright, so some speed brakes. Lock star. That was a tight vector.
Speed 200.
Tower 19225. So what we'll do, flight directors off, bird on, manual flight.
Take a mic, left 270, descend 2,000 feet, speed 180.
Just a little bit of tailwind. Gears coming down, because we are a bit high in the profile. And we approach 2,000 is set. Flaps 3, speed is checked, flaps 3. Final setting.
0711, contact Schiphol Tower, 119.225, good night.
19225, thank you, windmill 711. Right.
Left hand.
So speed is managed. Almost on path. Speed should be coming back fine until we hit 1,000 feet.
Tower, get into next services, Syria Airline 938, hold short 05, Sierra 6 question.
Right, on
City
path.
Island 938, good
Landing
evening, welcome
checklist.
to
ECAM Memo.
welcome to the
Landing.
party. Number 6
Lovely.
for departure.
Welcome to the party.
6 for departure, City Island 903.
Fok 935 intercom, runway
And
24,
if I remember
clear for
correctly,
takeoff,
we do
bye-bye.
have soft go-around mode here.
Fok 60 Romeo behind departing company, line up await, runway 24, share 7 behind.
Behind the complete departure line, runway 24, 07 behind, Mark 60 Romeo.
That's fine. Tower, good evening. Windmill 711 on the ILS 18 right. Engines are so quiet.
Goedenavond, de wind is kalm. Number 1, en we wanneer het rijdt, Midlands.
18 right, clear land. Windmill 711.
1000.
1000 is checked, so the glide slope shows just a tad low. But now I would say that's probably too red, too white. That looks good. Everything's done. We've completed the checklist, clear to land, 18 right. There we go.
$500. 400. 300.
100 above.
200.
Surprise, there's no one behind us.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Say again?
Spoilers, reverse, green, and no auto brake, but diesel.
Box 60 Romeo, runway 24, clear for takeoff, the wind is calm, bye bye.
So we'll take the second exit,
Mark 60 Romeo.
but we expedite a bit.
3004 behind departing Air Lingus from the beginning, line up
Wow,
right,
beautiful
runway 24
performance, it's
behind.
really smooth on my system
And up
here.
the way behind
Love
departing
it.
traffic on 24 for
Yeah.
3004.
So now the fun begins.
We're getting 7 on Sierra 6.
Back
And
17, good evening, welcome to
And
the
normally
party.
we switch over ground automatically. 1218, I think.
City Island was calling because traffic was going through you. Yeah, the other pilot didn't see you, the next pilot.
Ground, good evening, Windmill 711 has just vacated, wanted to right.
Windmill 711, welcome to Schiphol, taxi gate Delta 55 via the north at Whiskey 5, cross runway 18 center.
Delta 55 by the north and Whiskey 5 across 18 center, Windmill 711. Right, via the north, so that's a new one for me. We will do a single engine taxi in, so we'll start the APU in time. So we're going to start the chrono
Alpine 74 Papa Foxtrot, push and start approved.
for the 3 minutes. So at the end we'll turn to the left and then right again. Estimated taxi time 90 minutes. That looks already pretty nice. I like the lighting here. Love it. And we've been cleared already to cross 18 center by Whiskey 5 as expected. So once we're on the straight bit there, we'll start having a look into the charts to see where Delta 55 is. Yeah, Bruno, exactly. So we're definitely gonna taxi single engine after 3 minutes. So I've started the chrono, and in about a minute's time I'll start the APU. Let me try to find Delta 55. Ah, okay, got it. So, for the northern routing, I'm gonna go and get the taxi chart here. So, Delta 55 is
Speedbird 632 crossing
there.
taxi to runway 24, please.
So via the north means we go then via Alpha later on.
7 for runway 24 for Speedbird 632.
So first we go cross, then we go Delta, and then we go Alpha. Hot brakes? No, yeah, that's one of the things that is not realistic.
Turkish 4 Kilo Papa, monitor ground 121.7. 121.7, Turkish 4 Kilo Papa.
KLM 1612 at the end of taxiway Quebec, requesting further taxi instructions.
So Whiskey 5 is this line there.
Continue via Bravo, standard directions and monitor ground 121.7, bye bye.
Continue via Bravo, ground 117, KLM 1612.
So APU is starting up.
The
2 minutes 45.
32, crossing further, should you go to taxiway Sierra 7?
So
what do you mean by that? Because you didn't give me further taxi instructions for Speedbird 632. Speedbird 632 at Schiphol there is all standard directions. So for now you have to follow Alpha 13 and then right onto Alpha and then you'll get to
APU is available, we've got
Sierra
3
7.
minutes. So we'll shut down engine number 2.
Roger, for Speedbird
And we're going to switch
632.
on the yellow ilic pump. And that way, you can hear the hydraulic pump there, the ilic pump.
13, and then...
So we have
and then you'll
green
get
system
to,
and yellow system as a
Sierra
backup
7
available.
For Speedbird 632, thank you. Spirit 632 negative, Alpha 13, and actually then turn the second right now onto Alpha 12, then another right onto Alpha. Roger for Speedbird 632.
Hey Simon, so small question also about Amsterdam. Did you make it work with ortho for XP? Well, I mean, I don't know if I actually have orthos here, but I know that I chose.
Monitor ground 117. Okay, the 90 Alpha monitor ground 1217. Ryanair 4 Alpha Bravo, give way to British from the right. Also, we give way to the...
Okay, did you solve that issue with the brakes, Airbus fan? So we'll take the second to the left. It takes us then onto Alpha. It looks nice. It's nice and smooth as well. Really cool. Performance is really good. Very good indeed.
Shamrock 76 Tango, good Abend, push inside approved.
You're not sure how, but you did it. That's fantastic.
Speedbird 632, monitor ground on frequency 121.7. 121.7 for Speedbird 632.
Oh, lovely. Lots of aircraft inbound. Beautiful.
Ryanair 4 Alpha Bravo, ground 121.7. Bye bye. 217 times Ryanair 4 Alpha Bravo, bye bye. 7.74 Papa Foxtrot, request taxi. 74 Papa Fox, taxi holding point Sierra 7, runway 24. Taxi holding point Sierra 7, runway 24, Alpine 74 Papa Foxtrot.
Yes, Nick, I can show you whatever you like regarding the... the scenery. Now, you can see here now the engine is hot. So if we did a ground turnaround now, let's say 50 minutes ground time, for the next engine start, that cooling cycle would be like at least a minute 50, minute 45. And that's where the dual cooling does come in handy.
Delta 5 via North, Whiskey 5, crossing 18 center, doesn't be 5GD.
Hey, Wicked Cookie, it's we call it the virtual airline one engine out. So we actually are an official virtual airline accepted by I think all of the ATCs. So if you go to oneengineout.com onto that website, you'll find lots of stuff. There's no obligation to fly, right? But we have lots of tours that's worth exploring with pre-made, flights. At the moment, for example, we're on the Norway tour, and you can get the free logger called Smart Cars, and so you can log all the flights automatically and so on. It's worth having a look at.
Schiphol ground, very good evening.
Well, that's a lovely 777 there. Beautiful.
Shamrock 61 Yankee Yellow, push and start approved.
So, let's see. When we come around the corner, where do we go? Careful not to taxi into that 777. So around the corner, still Alpha, and then Alpha 10.
1838, welcome, taxi gate Foxtrot 3 via the north, and Whiskey 5 cross runway 18 center.
Theoretically, you can even do a simulator without APU running, or just keep it on as an alternate backup electrical supply. Well, yeah, so the thing is that the problem is, as far as I've understood that, you need the APU electric for the firefighting. So the engine fire warning, you'll lose that if you lose the generator of the running engine. And so that's why I think they said you need to have the APU running. Yeah, tomorrow, guys, again, we're doing a long-range flight tomorrow with the Toliss A340 flying from London to Boston. And it's an official event. It's called the Boston Tea Party event. So I've got to be careful. That's Alpha 12. So round the corner we go. Continue on Alpha. I have to say, I like the lighting. I mean, here in X-Plane, it's always surprising how good the lighting is. Right, here we go. On Alpha, we continue. Yeah, SB, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining. Take care. And then we should have Alpha 10 coming up. There it is. And then Delta 55 is probably right there. Here we go. Perfect.
Ground, good evening. Cabin 243 heavy stand Foxtrot, information Foxtrot, ready for pushback and start.
KLM 243 yellow, push and start approved, face east.
Pushback and start about for face east, KLM 243.
So here's Delta 55. Ooh, tight fit for sure.
Transavia 5 Yankee, switch to Bravo until Alpha 16.
Switching to Bravo until Alpha 16, 5 Yankee.
KLM 188, of course. At Whiskey 5, you may cross runway 18 center. And after that, it will be Delta and Alpha. And it's just the rule of thumb is just keep right. Alpine 74 Papa Fox, monitor get down to 117. Bye-bye. 6 Echo Mike Hello, taxi gate Delta 54.
Right, that's working as well automatically. Ooh. Don't know what scenery he has, but... Alright. So, make sure that you switch off the ilic pump after you switch off the engine. Otherwise, you're going to have the problem that the PTU will run. So not only will you have the squeaking electric pump, you'll also have the barking of the PTU. You haven't seen the XP11? I'm looking forward to that, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. So parking checklist, parking brake or chocks. We've got the parking brake set, although we can get the chocks in place as well. Chocks are in, so we'll release the brakes. Then engines off, wing lights off, and the fuel pumps coming off as well. Off, parking check is completed. Right, let's have a look at the scenery. This is the tower view. Here we've got some mating Airbus. Then we've got, where's our Fokker? There it is.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
Hey, brain compiler.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
No, I don't think so, Yoda. We'll have a look in a minute.
Snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Brain compiler, thank you so much for 23 months, almost 2 years. But I know that you've been supporting longer than that. So thank you so much, and I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you again. Right, so here we are at the tower, and so the night lighting is very nice. And believe it or not, we came all the way. Can't even see it. We'll have a look at the at daytime here. Am I doing another flight? No. So we're going to call it an early night today, because tomorrow we'll do a very long stream. So tomorrow, there we go, look at that, daytime. There we are, that's the tower I was looking for, look at that. Blimey, that is a long way away. So here we go, that's a daytime Schiphol. And let's have a look at the lovely Fokker aircraft first of all. Streaming and cooking. I don't know. Well, that looks nice, doesn't it? That looks well done. Oh, that's a new terminal as well. So that is modeled. However, let me just see if... So that's a cargo area. Swissport, that's all done. Menzies. Yeah, so they have... Oh, but still... you see... It's finished though, isn't it, Yoda? That is open, right? Yeah, that's open. And then... It's not open yet? Have you really, Mark? And it had a nice cold drink, I guess, right? So again, it looks very nice. It was delayed, lol. It's not open. Man, I don't know, that thing, but last time I was in Amsterdam, like 4 months ago, that looked complete. And they still haven't opened it. So, unfortunately, no, they have not changed that yet. So it's still just the Bravo crossing there. Or the Quebec. Is it Quebec? Bravo. No, Quebec. Yeah, so that's old Quebec, and they should have changed to Alpha and Bravo. So we should have 2 taxiways here. So they have not changed that yet, unfortunately. Which is a shame. It's weird, isn't it? Because, I mean, it's a new scenery. That would have been like, 10 out of 10 if they had already implemented that. So, Sony said terminal building. Any special part you want to know? cold Amsterdam hot coffee. Lol. Now that I do know, because normally what we do, we come out somewhere. Where do we? I think we walk. Isn't that the KLM entrance there somewhere? No, that's departures. Where's the KLM entrance? Well, we have to walk. We come outside. Oh, it's here, isn't it? Then we come outside and we walk. I think that's the KLM. Yeah, that's the KLM entrance there. Yeah, that's where we get dropped off and then we go and do the screening and so on. That's a crew center, yeah.
Ik weet het ook niet. Wilt u taxi? Oh, oei, dat is slecht.
Hang on.
Nou, fijne avond dan.
Oh, look at that. Part of the terminal is modeled. Where are we? Baggage hall this way. So how come I can't... So my W... Oh, no. Problem is my W keys don't work for some reason. Right? So I can't go forward. Why can't I go forward? I'm just trying to see settings, keyboard. How is it slew or something? Slew. No. How do you? What do you call it? Translate or something? What's it called here in X-Plane?
KLM 243 monitor ground van decimal 7 bij mij.
Right. Yeah, but you can see that's part of the terminal is modeled.
Good night, black box.
Good night. Take care, Voyager. Thank you so much for watching. Right, one thing I do know here. Let me just go and find... Which gates are those? Charlies. Where's the Bravos? Charlies. Yeah, that's the Bravos there. So that walkway. Okay, well that's fairly basic. That's a shame. All right, but normally, yeah, that walkway.
326, good evening. Request taxi.
I've been here many times.
326, welcome to Schiphol. Taxi gate Bravo 27 via Quebec at Whiskey 5 cross runway 18 center.
All right. Anything else, guys, you want to see? Sencha, thank you so much for making those animated emotes. Thank you so much. Right, let me just check something real quickly, guys, for tomorrow. H Pier, where's H Pier? H Pier, hang on. H Pier. H Pier. Freight. G. Oh, H. Oh, that's right at the end there. This way. Yeah, all good, Sencha. All good. Oh, this pier. That's the H pier, correct? So I would say it's fairly basic, it seems. Yeah. That's for EasyJet. Okay, so I mean, it is modeled in part, so the bottom there as well. Let me just go ahead and go in here. Yeah, so fairly basic, nothing too complicated, but it is partly modeled there. You can look out from the outside. In real life, it's pretty basic as well. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just quickly going to have a look at tomorrow's flight. Let me just quickly do a call up the flight plan so that I can go and load it. And just to see, I can give you kind of an idea about tomorrow's flight. So we're going from London, Heathrow, and we're going to Boston. Flight time is around 6:40, I think it said. And so tomorrow morning, I got to go through the procedures. Regarding crossing procedures and so on. But they have made a nice document to go through. So generate, yes. A spicy preview. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. We've done long range flights before. I'm not really worried about not being able to pass the time. I'm sure we got videos to look at. We've got stuff to discuss. So I don't see that to be an issue at all. Let me just download the flight plan here real quickly. Close. Right. So for tomorrow's flight, then let me just go Echo Golf Lima Lima, and we're going to Boston. There it is. Got the waypoints. So departing, it should be the Umlaut 1 Golf. So 27 left, I think it is. Umlaut 2 Golf. 1 Golf, so not 2, 1 Golf. There we go. So we do have it, which is great. So that is confirmed. It's in. And Boston. Not sure about the arrival runway, but normally it said it gave us. Let's see, it gave us the landing runway 4 right. So if you do ILS 4 right, it should be the Star Ocean Ocean 5 arrival, and then via Goshi, I guess. And then AJ or something like that. But that's all in. Yeah, so Mark, the cool thing is, so I hope that Mark will be able to join tomorrow as well. So probably a clearance via... Do you think so, Mark? Did it say so in the briefing package? Because it's only 60 slots. And Alpha, you say it's going to be 4 left. Okay. Well, at least I have those runways available. Although 4 left, are you sure? So that tomorrow is our routing via Manchester, Ireland, and then got the crossing. So we come via Gander and then to Boston, and I think, let me just have a look. Are you sure about 4 left for landing? Hang on. Well, no, you might be right. So they do have an RNAV approach 4 left, but nothing else. Yeah, it's going to be probably going to be 4 right. Yeah. 4 right. Okay, but I've got enough Hang on, let me just see. Yeah, that's all in. Yeah. So I'm not going to touch the database tomorrow. Just going to leave it as it is. That way, I have proof that it's working. Good database, so we should be all right. We should be good. What I will do, though, is that I'm going to have a backup plan with the Challenger 650 in case anything goes wrong with the Toliss tomorrow for whatever reason, so that we have a Challenger 650 as a backup plan. So the idea was, I did a poll not too long ago, and so the winner was the A340-600 from Toliss and the A310 Innie builds in Microsoft. So what I'm planning to do tomorrow is fly to Boston, and then next week sometime we'll do the return flight from Boston to London in the A310. Or 300. No, 310, isn't it? Yeah, but that is a beautiful aircraft. Look at that. Love it. I love that metallic red. So beautiful. No, so tomorrow... Yeah, I mean, thank you. Exactly. Okay, cool. So it's 310. So tomorrow, we will start streaming at 12 UTC, because my slot starts at 13:04. So pretty much, I think it's the second or third slot on that day, which means also we should be able to depart fairly good on time. I love the call sign there, V red. Very cool. Actually, I'm gonna take that onto the flight plan as well. Yeah, so I'm actually excited about tomorrow. It should make a very interesting stream. Real time will fly. So should be daylight. Right, so call sign, registration, Golf, Victor, Romeo, Echo Delta. Alex, no worries, no worries. Like I said, it's a long stream. Much appreciate when you join at some time. Thank you so much. And yeah, so a big thank you again to Kidman for his generous donation. Thank you for all the resubs. And welcome to the new members. Thank you so much for your support. I do apologize again for not being able to depart out of Dublin today. But, I mean, like Toto wrote, it could be a more complicated issue with the scenery database regarding, at least on my system, regarding to it left in Dublin. So that didn't work. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, I'll see you in about how many hours? 14, 15 hours. And we'll do that flight to Boston. 6 hour 45 estimated flight time. Should be cool. All right, Yoda, sleep well.
Good
Take
night,
care, everyone. Good
Black
night to you all.
Box.
Thank you so much.